Okay, I think I'm gonna try to make TodoMVC, or not MVC, because this is decidedly not MVC, but I'm gonna try to do the thing where you build the same app as TodoMVC, which even though that's a fairly, it is not as simple as it seems, and I don't know, and I probably want to try to make it look just like that as well. So I'm gonna go to TodoMVC website and try to get their, because one aspect of the TodoMVC is that it looks nice, and all of the apps look the same because it uses the same style sheet, presumably. And I might try to just get the style sheet and figure out how to get it to look like that. What's new? App list. News. This is not the app itself. This is for the site. That's not what I'm looking for. That's Cypress for the tests. Tooling. Where's the actual examples? I guess in the examples. Okay. I'll do like a raw native. Where's the one that it's like there's vanilla, that's what they call it. Vanilla JavaScript. Where are the style sheets? It's in node modules. Oh, it's a node module. Huh. I did not expect it to be a node module. Okay. Oh, it's checked in. Fix. Oh. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try to steal these style sheets. Maybe. This is actually a node module. I'm gonna look it up. I guess so. I guess this is a node module now. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna copy it though. So just say, oh gosh, there's a lot of files in here. Let's make more. Okay, I'm gonna make a TodoMVC.html and I'll make an HTML template like this. Head. I'm actually gonna just paste this CSS in here, if I may. There's also this app CSS file. I will steal that as well. I don't remember which one is supposed to go first, so I'm gonna Vanilla.js. I'm gonna get the HTML file, and okay, so the base is supposed to go first, and then the app one next. Okay, so we got this. Let me make a TodoMVC play file. Let's have a body. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. All right, I'm gonna close out this and start from scratch. Make a TodoMVC.play. Okay, this is gonna have a main function because all play programs have a main function. I'm just gonna make h1. Let me just maybe. How can I run this? Do they have this on their website somewhere? I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just pick one, run that, and see how their thing is marked up. Vanilla. Okay, so let's make this header. It looks slightly different than I remembered it. Okay. Okay, it's an H1. Oh, okay. There's a lot of stuff here. There's even this aside learn thing, which I think I'm gonna give not put this in there. There's a section with a class of TodoApp and a header with a class of header. Okay, I'm just gonna make the H1 first. I need a create element H1, and then I need the body. To get the body, you have to call get document body, and then you have to call set text to set some text. I'm gonna call the text to-dos, and I'm gonna append H1 to the body just for now. Append to body H1. See if that works. Compile to do MVC.play. And okay, so now change this to do MVC.html. Okay, it does appear to like there's some styling that's going on. My debug button doesn't look like what it ought to look like. That's alright, I guess. Okay. Now I guess I'll mimic the DOM structure that they have over here. So we have, let's make this section with a class of TodoApp. So TodoApp section, it's a section element, and do I even have a way to set the class? I think I have a set attribute maybe. Set attribute. Okay, I have set value. I have set style. I have set text. Oh, I could put in the attributes as the second argument. Okay, I forgot about that. Okay, let me go and do that then. So class is TodoApp, like that. I think, yep. Let me make the header header. This is called this header. And it has class of header. And I'm gonna put the H1 inside of the header actually. I'm gonna append the header to the TodoApp section, and then I'm gonna append the TodoApp section to the body. Alright, compile the code and see. Oh, yeah, baby. It looks just like that. Awesome. Okay. Let's make this input element. What do they call this input? They called it NewToDo. I'll call it NewToDo input. NewToDo input is a create element input. It has a class of NewToDo. It has a placeholder, and it says what needs to be done. Question mark. It also has an autofocus. I guess I'll just write autofocus, like that, and then I'll add this is supposed to go into the header. So I also append that to the header after. Oops. So after the H1 has been appended to the header. So let me see. Boom! Oh, it looks just like that now. Beautiful. Thank you, whoever made this styling. Okay. So now there's a main section, which I guess that's currently hidden, and it won't show up until I add something to it. And then you would have the main section. It actually has got this toggle and a few buttons here. There's a toggle all, a mark all as completed. Oh gosh, this is a drop down menu. And that's for now. Let's do one thing at a time, because I'm a little overwhelmed. I didn't expect so many things to be here. There's a label for mark all as complete, which is represented just by this down arrow thing. I never knew that existed. I might not even do that. I don't think that's important enough. Maybe. We'll see. And then we got a UL, which is where all the to-dos are. Okay. So let me just make this list here. It should go inside of the main section. Okay, so I'm gonna make a main section. Alright, let me make the main section here. Main section, create. The main section has a class of main display block. Okay, I'm not sure if there's a way to show and hide stuff right now in the play language, but that would be easy to add if we needed that. I'm gonna make a UL, so I'll call this TodoList. TodoList. I'm gonna call it UL. TodoList UL. a class called TodoList, and we got LIs. So I'll just hard code the things right now. Li create element li. The li has a data ID in it. Very interesting. I don't think I'll do it like that. But I'm not judging. There's a div with a class of view. I'll call this view div equals create element div, and then it has a class of view. We'll do it like that, and then inside there's a checkbox, a label, and a button. Okay. So checkbox. So the checkbox has type of checkbox, class of toggle. I'm gonna append it to the view div. Let's have a label. We'll set the text of the label to water the plants. Just gonna hard code this for now, and then later on we'll extract it. Okay, and then we have a label, and then we're also gonna have a destroy button, which has no text in it at the moment. So destroy button, create element. Does it have a class? Yes, it does. Class of destroy. Okay, and I'm gonna append it to the view div destroy button. Okay, did I append the view div to somewhere? The view div should go inside the li. So let me do that. And then the li should go inside of the ul. So append to list ul the li. Let's try it. Oh, that didn't work. Was there a runtime error? No? Debug it. So let's go backwards. Wait a minute. Something has gone terribly wrong. I don't see my heap. That's a problem. Where's my heap? It's down there. It got pushed down. It does have content in it. It's been pushed down. Might have something to do with the styles. That I wonder whether we could do like a style isolation. I guess if we made this debugger panel part of the Chrome Dev tools, then that would isolate it from the styles of the page. Another way to do it is using shadow DOM maybe, but I'm not super familiar with it, so that would have to be a learning session. Let me think. Can I do like a quick fix maybe? Let me compare it to my other program. And click on debug button. One thing I believe I did. I have to debug the debugger. So let me see. How did I width is 33%. Width is 33. Oh, I think I did. Let me see my test file here. I did box sizing border box here for everything. I guess that's not done for. I can try doing that here. I guess. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I'll have to figure out well, I should probably apply that directly to. Anyway, this is good enough for me. So there's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of this is the virtual DOM elements, but I guess the line where I would have expected to see is probably, do we even attach the main, the to-do list to the main? Maybe is the to-do list like the main. I can tell by, oh yeah, I can tell by, if I look down into the main, go one step back. So main section is 18, so I find object 18 here in the heap. Okay, and its attribute is 17, which is class main, but it does not have any children, so that answers my question. That way, never bother to append anything to the main section, so that's most likely why. Well, that is why we're not seeing these things. So let me append the to-do list to the main section. Okay, compile. So there is already an example of post-mortem debugging, where if you have a question and a hypothesis, you can answer that question usually by looking through the history instead of having to rerun the program. But we still don't see the, wait, did I append the main section to the body? No, I did not. Okay. There, water the plants. There it is. It doesn't look quite like the other one, and I'm wondering why. Is the main section the main section supposed to be inside of the TodoApp section. So this should be TodoApp. So let's do that. Bam! It looks just like it. Whew. Oh, you can even click on it. Okay. So at this point, I'm thinking, let's make it work. Eat the hamburgers. So that doesn't work yet. So let's make that baby work. Eat the hamburgers. Let me think. So there's a chunk of code which is from here to here that has to deal with here really. That has to do with add a to do from here to here. Okay. Adding a new to do. Maybe we should extract this as a function. Like that. I'll figure out the parameter list later. Okay. So we need the text. So this is, I'll just call it text. We're also gonna need to append it to the TodoList UL. So I'll pass that in. The view diff is created here. So okay, water the plant and pass into the list UL. Let's see if that worked. This extraction. Yes, that worked. So now, given that, we should be able to make an event handler that just calls add to do again. And the event handler, we want to listen to the new to do input for the enter key. Okay, I think we can do listen to new to do input, click, and then we're gonna get an event object here. I'll say if get key of the event object is enter, then we want to, I don't know, then we want to add to do, take the value, get value of the input and add to do based on that. And add it to the to-do list UL. Let's see if that works. Eat burger. That didn't work out as I expected. Let me see if there were any console errors. No, there weren't console errors. So I'm gonna use the debugger to walk backwards in time. So if I walk backwards, we should be in this event handler. Apparently, we didn't step into this conditional. We can't quite see what get key has returned. So now that gives me an idea. Like if we save the return value of the get key call, then we can view what it is. But maybe I allow it, add a feature in the debugger that allows you to see the value even if it hasn't been stored into a variable. So yeah, I think that would be a good feature to consider. So maybe allow evaluating and displaying value results of function calls in debugger. That would be helpful to be able to see what getKey event is. Oh, it's not the click event we want though, is it? It's actually the key press event. Yeah, that dawned on me. In any case, let me do this exercise in any case. So key is that. Okay, I'm gonna recompile and run it. Eat burger, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? What's with my debugger right now? Oh, the key press event didn't happen actually. No, the click event would have happened if I click into it. I see. And then I go back to the code where it's still constructing the things. Okay. Alright. I guess in that case, the debugger wasn't that helpful in helping us out here. So let me redo that. So I was saying, oh, I didn't click on it because it was already auto-focused. So eat burger, and I hit the key, and I was like, why didn't it didn't actually go into this event. It didn't go into this event because this is not, we want the key press event. Okay. I guess in a sense it does allow you to know that your event handler didn't get fired. Eat burger. Oh, that worked. Okay. Good. Now I'm gonna set the value. After adding that to do, I'm gonna set the value of the NewToDo input back to the empty string. Eat burger. Is that really what I'm eating? Okay. Take a nap. Okay, so it's able to do these things, and now I guess another thing we want to be able to do is you check it. Actually, oh, there's this item count down here. I didn't even make that. But first of all, we should be able to check it, and it crosses out the thing, the item. And the crossing out of the item is based on this class completed. So let's try that. So I think that is, yeah, you click on one of these LIs. Well, not LI, but the checkbox. Okay, so any event listener on the checkbox. Or should I listen to the change? I'll do click. based on whether it's checked. I think checkbox. I think checkbox has a checked property, if I'm not mistaken. I can inspect this guy. $0 is the currently inspected thing, so checked, and that's a boolean. Yeah. I think I may need a function to return that, like get checked, but this function doesn't exist yet, so I'll make it. So if it's already checked, or if it's checked, then I want to set the class to complete, the class of the li. So if checked, then I want to add class, which is also not a function that exists yet. I had to add that. Add class to li, add complete. Is it complete or completed? Let me see. Completed. Else remove class. Completed. Okay, and then let me go ahead and add these 3 functions to the runtime. Hopefully they're not too difficult to do. We already have set value. I'll model it after that. Get checked. Get checked of an input ID. It's just like that, except I want input that checked. Okay, what about add class? Add class, there's a class list, isn't there? Like, you can do that class list, which has an add, and then remove, right? Right, so I'm gonna add class of a element ID, the class, that's the correct spelling of class, and we'll grab the thing from the map. Element equals virtual DOM to native map that get element ID, and then element dot class list dot add the class, and for remove class is similar like that. I think that should do it. Let's try this. Ouch, what just happened? It doesn't like my code here. Let's see. Let's see if this error message is actually useful. Oh yeah, it's useful. Okay. Whew. So I am toggling between JavaScript and Play too much. Got confused. But that error message is kind of long, so long error messages can be quite daunting. As this one is. Oh my god. This is way too long. Oh, I have a closing bracket as well. Closing curly bracket. Okay, so that worked. So those error messages need to be shorter. So some syntax errors are excessively long. We're gonna need to fix those. Okay. Let's try it. So what did I do now? Oh, if you click on here. Oh, that totally works. Oh my god. Well, that just worked. So we actually didn't get a chance to debug this thing. All right. What else? What else can we get working? Maybe deleting of a thing. There's a few more things, I guess. There's this sort of tally at the bottom, which is yeah, there's this tally at the bottom and this ability to toggle the filters, and also clear completed. That means you can delete the ones that are completed. There's the deleting of an item. Let's work on the deleting of an item, and then we have a sort of operational to-do list at that point. So you click on the destroy button, we should actually delete this li. So we also need a method, or not method, but function for removing a thing, removing a child. We have append to, let's have a remove from. Okay, so destroy button, listen to the destroy button. Listen to the click event. Okay, so if you click on the destroy button, we're gonna say remove from the to-do list UL this li, basically. And I'm gonna need to add this remove from function. Where's the append to function? Okay. Oh wow. I'm not gonna copy it. Remove from. Okay, so these are actually, we're dealing with virtual DOM here. So remove from this parent ID, this child, basically. We're gonna use the heap to access the parent, and then we're gonna need to access the parent's children. And I guess the children is gonna end up being an array of IDs, because our heap scheme, every object is ID'd. So the children, so I think we just have to loop through, we have to do a filter basically. New children is a filter. New children is a children dot filter child. We want the child where child is not the child ID. Yeah, everything that's not the one we want to remove should stay. And then same. The new parent is all the existing properties except for the children should switch to the new children, and then we're gonna make a new version of the heap, overriding the parent ID with the new parent, and then we're gonna sync the VDOM to the DOM. Okay, so now you sort of got to see a little bit of the behind the scenes of virtual DOM. So this is a immutable update. That's an immutable update. That's an immutable update. Everything is immutable updates, and the sync VDOM to DOM will auto-magically, although there's a bug in there, I know, but it'll sync. Let me write that down. So VDOM doesn't work with input values at the moment. That's a known bug. But you remove from here, that basically is what you're trying to do when you click on the destroy button. Let's see if that works. Oh. That's a problem. 943. Oh. We are printing the stack. 221. Oh. It don't got no children. This parent. Wait. Of append to. or we couldn't find a parent actually for it for some reason. Ouch, okay. This is an area where I actually need to debug at a lower level. Not sure what's going on. So this is like a chink in the armor of the time travel debugger, or of the language, of the play language environment. So we're gonna have to debug at a lower level. Let's do, perhaps we'll just debug here. Set a JavaScript breakpoint. In the ideal scenario of time traveling debuggers, you never have to set a breakpoint. But in the JavaScript environment, we do. Okay, so we're dealing with, I guess I'll step in, back out, step in again, out, in. Okay, so parent ID is undefined, the child ID is 23. Okay. Well, the parent ID being undefined, that is problematic. I don't know why that happened. Do I recall remove from? That's interesting. Okay. I think we need to try again. Okay. I guess we need to figure out why it got an undefined value. So let me see. So the add ToDo closure, if you watch the videos where I implemented the closure feature, you might remember that the closures are stored on the heap as dictionaries, and they are ID'd just like any other object on the heap. So if I go to the heap and look at this thing, we should be able to see the variables in that closure. So let's go ahead and do that. Maybe I should open up the console drawer. So heap, we got LI and checkbox only in that heap, but no TodoList UL. Why? They're not set the value of TodoList UL. Let me see. Oh, I got it. I passed into the function, which is a new development. I have not done that before. Wait, I thought I tested this though, and it's working. We have a add ToDo. A TodoList UL actually has a value. It's 21. Oh, this is a UL. Oh, but it's using get heap variable here, whereas this is a JavaScript parameter, so the thing is actually not getting. Oh. Interesting. It thinks there's a closure here. Alright, let me open up this JavaScript file. This could be a case where I actually have to debug my closure system. And I thought it was just gonna be a walk in the park implementing TodoMVC. Although I do remember it working though. But in any case, whatever it's doing right now is wrong. So it thinks there's a add to do closure. Oh, there's an add to do closure because there's a nested function. There's a nested function. Oh, there wasn't a nested function. Oh, okay. This guy, before I added this destroy button listener, I got it. So this is okay, but having this inner function that reference TodoList UL introduce a bug somehow because whereas this has been commented out, and then there's a closure. Wait, this is no longer on the heap. If without this event listener that references TodoList UL, TodoList UL don't go onto the heap. It's a normal stack variable, which is working this way. Now this closure is currently being used for this li variable because it's being used by this inner function, but not for this variable. Okay, but if I'm getting a little hungry, by the way, so might take a break soon. Okay, so now once I added that guy, once I added this this listener to the destroy button, then TodoList UL became a heap variable, which means it's at once a heap variable and a frame variable, and that is because it has to be a frame variable because it got passed in as a parameter. So I don't have code that handles this case where the value that got passed in as a parameter needs to go into the closure. That can be done. It's just that I have to write a little bit of code up here to do so. I would have to write it probably would look like this. this would no longer be a normal stack or variable. Yeah, so I think this is what it needs to look like. Let me see, I can test this. That seemed to work. And then destroying the button. Mutations push is not iterable. Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna take a stop here and go get some lunch. But I do want to write down that to my to-do list. So in the case of closure, a parameter to a function is in the closure provider, we need to use set heap variable to initialize it in the closure and remove it from the initialization of stack variables. And then also we need to continue and then also I don't know what that error is. Continue working on deleting a to-do in TodoMVC. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna stop this video here and then maybe get back to it